In most countries, CDs are slowly becoming a fad, overtaken by more convenient electronic streaming services. In Japan, however, the consumption of physical media is only increasing and accounts for more than half of all music sales within the country. The sale of CDs accounts for approximately 40% of all music sales worldwide. In Japan, though, this number nearly doubles to a total of approximately 80% of the music industry's revenue stemming from physical sales. But why are so many people in Japan buying actual CDs when the rest of the world seems to be moving on to internet streaming services? One of the projected explanations given lies primarily in Japan's aging population. Japan is home to the oldest population in the world, with nearly one-third of its population being over the age of 65. This has caused a large shift in the economic practices of the nation, with the elderly accounting for a staggering amount of the money being spent in Japan. Thus, the market reacts and places its primary focus on putting out more and more physical media than any other country in the world. This explains why Japan, the world's second largest music market, is currently home to around 6,000 music stores. In comparison, the US, the world's largest music market, only holds about 1,900 music stores, and Germany, the world's third largest, only 700. Given that the 65 years old plus population holds so much of the economy's spending power, it is no surprise the older forms of media have remained as prevalent as they are today. But they are not solely responsible for this trend. The younger population earns some credit as well. Japanese people have been found to hold physical memorabilia to a much higher regard than most global populations. Because of this, many music industries, both inside and outside of Japan, have made entire album release lineups with Japan's younger consumer market in mind, printing multiple versions of the same song or album and including a lot of swag merchandise to keep people buying as much as they can. And so far, it has worked to make Japan an economic powerhouse in the music industry, selling more than 254 billion yen or 2.44 billion USD worth of CDs a year. Japan's love for physical media has begun to spread internationally as well. Some of the most prevalent K-pop groups have recorded Japanese albums with Japan's CD market specifically in mind, and many countries, like the US, have started to see a new increase in the sale of physical music products like vinyl records, and more artists are beginning to include exclusive merch with their album sales, mirroring tactics used in Japan for years. While this may seem like an entirely positive impact, there have been many downsides that have developed because of it. Japanese music companies have been known to hold on very tightly to the rights of their artists' music because of how lucrative it is and the seemingly endless possibilities for marketing. This, however, makes it much harder for people outside of Japan to discover and enjoy popular Japanese music. It's not uncommon to find it difficult and near impossible to find some of Japan's biggest artists on streaming services like Spotify Music and Apple Music. This is because Japanese companies make so much money off of their physical sales and want to keep the industry contained in the market for as long as it's possible to profit off of it. They're so strict that sometimes even the album covers aren't available to be seen online when ordering them. Similar practices have caused known issues when international and Japanese companies attempt to work together because of the tight hold older business people have on technologies that have become outdated elsewhere. As the younger population ages and gains more power in the consumer market, however, the trend has begun to slowly change. While still not near the economic prowess of its physical counterpart, digital streaming is slowly becoming more popular in Japan, and one day may overtake the sales of media like CDs. But that still remains to be seen.